What's going on there, guys? My name is Matt, or Chewy as most of you will know me as, and I wanted to create a really nice, concise, short video today surrounding a lot of questions that I've seen from people in the community about the inbuilt flight planning system and the navigation or the AirAC data within Microsoft Flight Simulator. So all we're going to do today is very quickly plan a flight, and then in the next video, we'll actually perform that flight. So we're going to fly from Manchester to Heathrow today, a nice simple routing, and I'll show you just how intuitive it is within the menu system on how to do that. So first things first, we'll click the world map option. I like to select the aircraft first. For this flight, I would take the Airbus A320, so we can select that. You can have a look at all the liveries, weight and balance, failures, blah, 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 blah. I won't go into all of that today, but you can do all of that there. Click close on that. And as we say, we want to start off at Manchester today. So you can either move around the map to find where it is, or you can simply type in the airport. For example, I'll go EGCC today for Manchester, which is its ICAO code. And then we can zoom in. And again, we've got a drop-down menu here to decide where we park, or you can go right the way and zoom right the way in with your mouse, and you can see all the parking positions. Today, let's just say we'll go for, I don't know, ramp 4 parking, it's called there. And we can click set as departure. Easy peasy lemon squeezy, right? Then on the opposite side here, we can select our arrival airport, EGLL for London Heathrow today. And we can select that we'd like to do a runway 27 right approach. You'll also notice here on the side, we can see the current wind data. We've got information about the frequencies and runways and live airport activity, which I've got turned off at the moment, and all of those things. Great, perfect. Thanks, Chewy, for showing us that. Now we've got a straight line between Manchester and Heathrow. What if I want to do something a little bit more complex than that? In the top left-hand corner here, you'll see that we can either do a VFR, direct GPS flight, or VOR to VOR. And then on IFR, you've got the low-altitude airways and the high-altitude airways today. I'm going to select low-altitude airways, and you'll see it just takes a few minutes to compute itself. Brilliant. It's given us a flight plan. Now, for some of you who might be already regular with flight simulators or aviation, you'll know that FINMA really isn't exactly a waypoint that we would select landing into London Heathrow. And where in the world do we go from FINMA to get onto the approach? You could leave it like that, or if you wanted to get a little bit more complex, you could do. In the top of the screen here, you can see that we've got now another drop-down menu for departures. And so there is a list of all of the SIDs here that will work correctly for the Manchester departure. Now, I know, because I fly out of this airport quite often, that for the direction we're traveling today, we would quite like to go towards the waypoint Sanber. So I'll select the Sanber 1 Romeo departure, and as simple as that, it enters the SID in there, and it differentiates it from the main route by creating it in this nice yellow color. Now, again, arrivals. Well, we've got this awkward FINMA waypoint here that we might not want. So we can go into the arrivals page now, and we can select our star, which for this one, again, from the direction that we are wanting to travel in from, it's going to be the Bovingdon 1 Bravo. So we'll select the Bovingdon 1 Bravo. And as you can see, it's selected that and popped that into place as well. Now that will take us to BNN or Bovingdon, but once again, how do we get from Bovingdon onto the approach? Well, there's a transition or the approach here. So we'll select the ILS 27 right for today, for example, and as if by magic, it's created the transition from that Bovingdon VOR BNN onto the approach for 27 right. And it is as simple as that. I know for those of you who are experienced simmers would prefer something else, but for a built-in planning area for those people who might be new to flight simulation, or those of you just wanting to get in the air nice and quickly without having to faff around, this is such a great way to do things. In a matter of minutes, we've been able to select our parking, we've been able to select our SID, our routing, our star, and the approach all in one area. And we can even see how long it's going to take us and what the mileage is as well. So a very quick video there showing you how to do flight planning, at least for IFR, in the new Microsoft Flight Simulator. In the next video, we're actually going to replicate this flight, and I'll show you the quirks of the Airbus A320neo in the simulator. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed, guys.